This isn't just another Monday in the financial world, it's the dawn of a new era. The global financial system just hit the reset button as ISO 20022, a transformative messaging standard for data exchange between financial institutions, officially goes live. While it might seem like just an upgrade in how banks talk to each other, it's actually a seismic shift that promises to reshape the very framework of global finance. This isn't a minor tweak, it's a complete reinvention of the pipes that carry trillions of dollars around the globe. For years, while the spotlight shined elsewhere, Ripple was meticulously laying down the foundations to align with ISO 20022. This wasn't accidental. Their native token, XRP, was built to thrive in the very ecosystem that's now taking shape. As the financial world pivots to this new standard, Ripple is not scrambling to catch up, it's already in position. XRP is stepping into a role it was practically made for, acting as the critical connector between old-school banking and the digital-first future. But dig a little deeper and it becomes clear that this isn't just technical jargon, it's a sign that the financial highways of the world are being rebuilt from scratch. Ripple isn't a trendy crypto fad or a speculative flyer. It's one of the few blockchain-based platforms recognized by heavyweight financial institutions across the globe. And its token, XRP, is specifically designed to solve one of the industry's biggest problems: moving money across borders in real time without the current friction and high costs. A leaked internal memo, allegedly from SWIFT, the global backbone for interbank communications, has started making waves. Marked confidential, the document reportedly advises participating banks to hold at least 10 million XRP by the end of 2024. The reason? To ensure smooth compliance with ISO 20022's liquidity requirements. This isn't just a suggestion, it's being treated as a strategic necessity. The implication: banks aren't just buying XRP as a bet, they're acquiring it to meet mandatory operational standards in a new financial architecture. This memo refers to XRP as the preferred neutral liquidity token, a label that places it squarely in the spotlight. Notice what's not mentioned: no Bitcoin, no Ethereum, just XRP. That kind of endorsement could signal a fundamental shift in how traditional financial systems integrate digital assets. For the first time, we're seeing crypto step out of the sandbox and onto the main stage as a requirement, not just a curiosity. If even a fraction of the world's major banks are required to hold 10 million XRP each, the demand shock could be monumental. Multiply that by dozens or hundreds of institutions and you begin to grasp the sheer scale of what's unfolding. This isn't theoretical, it's math. And that math points to a future where XRP isn't just part of the conversation, it is the conversation. 100 banks worldwide decide to follow the rumored directive, and each secures 10 million XRP. That's a jaw-dropping 1 billion XRP effectively taken out of circulation. That's not a rounding error, that's a major slice of the pie. Now consider the current total supply of XRP hovers around 53 billion. Sounds like a lot, right? But here's the catch: a huge chunk of that supply is locked up, either held by Ripple in escrow, lost over time due to forgotten wallets, or sitting tight in the portfolios of long-term holders. Once you subtract all of that, the actual number of XRP freely moving in the market becomes dramatically smaller. In short, the available supply is shrinking fast, and if demand spikes, the market could be thrown into a supply shock of epic proportions. When supply nosedives and demand shoots through the roof, there's only one direction left for price to go: up, and not just by a little. We're talking about a potential explosion in value. Some market watchers aren't shy about their predictions either. They're tossing around numbers that sound outrageous: $10, $100, even as high as $100,000 per XRP. At first glance, that sounds like a fantasy. But when you realize that XRP is being groomed to serve a global financial system that moves tens of trillions of dollars every year, those numbers start to make a lot more sense. The market cap comparison doesn't quite stack up to traditional crypto logic. This isn't just a digital asset. It's a foundational piece of future infrastructure. The global cross-border payment space alone is a multi-trillion-dollar beast. Banks are desperate for a solution that offers instant settlements, minimal fees, and regulatory peace of mind. XRP checks all those boxes. It's not just a technical solution, it's a bridge connecting the fragmented world of traditional finance to the efficiency and speed of blockchain. Now that ISO 20022 is officially in play, the need for a compliant and scalable liquidity token has gone from someday to right now. And guess what? Institutions are quietly preparing. They're not broadcasting their moves to the public. They're accumulating XRP under the radar. By the time retail investors catch wind of what's happening, the big players may have already set the new price floor. What adds even more fuel to this fire is the impeccable timing. The lawsuit between Ripple and the SEC, which has cast a cloud of uncertainty for years, appears to be wrapping up. Whispers are growing louder that SEC Chair Gary Gensler may soon step down, possibly replaced by Paul Atkins, a figure known for being crypto-friendly and innovation-forward. Regulatory clarity, once a dream, is now looking like an imminent reality. Meanwhile, Ripple's list of institutional allies is expanding. Giants like Santander, SBI Holdings, and Bank of America are already leveraging RippleNet to handle international transfers with speed and ease. Across Asia, the Middle East, and Latin America, Ripple's system isn't just being tested, it's live and scaling. The West, it's playing catch-up. Layer in one more element. The US Federal Reserve has recently approved guidelines allowing American banks to interact with digital assets under strict compliance protocols, of course. That green light couldn't have come at a better moment. ISO 20022 is rolling out, XRP is primed as the liquidity bridge, and regulatory uncertainty is finally lifting. The groundwork has been laid, the pillars are in place. What we're witnessing is the foundation of a new financial era, with XRP written into the blueprint. Now let's tackle the skeptics who say, wait a minute, how could XRP hit $100,000? Wouldn't that mean a market cap in the hundreds of trillions? On the surface, yes. But this isn't about speculation. This is about utility, real-world value derived from real-world use. If XRP becomes the go-to asset for settling international trade, sovereign debt, and interbank transfers, the traditional rules of market cap calculations start to break down. We're no longer talking about a cryptocurrency. We're talking about a backbone, an infrastructure layer for global finance. An infrastructure by its very nature holds immense value because everything depends on it. And here's the kicker, it's already happening. VPN services like NordVPN and Surfshark now accept XRP as payment. More and more use cases are emerging quietly and consistently. There's no hype campaign, no tweets from billionaires, just steady organic adoption. XRP is fulfilling its purpose, and it's doing it without fanfare. So what should you do with all this information? Start digging, educate yourself, watch on-chain wallet activity, look into Ripple's growing network of partners, pay attention to the infrastructure being built right under our noses. Most importantly, don't wait until the headlines confirm what the inside